Well, Meals Till Monday was started in 2017, recognizing the need for children who were food insecure to have additional food resources on the weekend. At that point in time, not every student in Dorchester County received free breakfast and lunch. They do now. Our community eligibility rate is such that every student gets free breakfast and lunch. And if they're in an after-school program, they get a supper meal as well. But then they go home on the weekends and they may not have food. And I read an article in the Attractions magazine about the program in Talbot County, Care Packs, which does a wonderful job of feeding the children here in Talbot County. And I was inspired to reach out to the organizers of that program, who very graciously kind of taught me everything I knew at that point. And September of 2017, I reached out to Mid-Shore Community Foundation, which Meals Till Monday is a component fund of Mid-Shore. And we also became Maryland Food Bank School Pantry partners. So the bulk of our food comes from the Maryland Food Bank. So from the beginnings of about 25 children at one elementary school, Meals Till Monday has grown to encompass every school, public school in Dorchester County. We are an all-volunteer organization with a roster of over 100 volunteers, and we get it done. We feed the kids that need to be fed. Our average of sending weekend food home is between 800 and 1,000 students every week. But we don't stop during the summer. Summer school goes on, so every student who's in summer school receives a bag of weekend food. We also offer food to children attending summer programs from underserved families. There are several camps that we provide the bags to. We also partner with Community Behavioral Health, and their young clients receive our bags. We partner with a number of faith-based organizations who will give out our bags of food. And wherever we find a resource to partner with, we will use their services to make sure that children who need food get food. So we'll supply 3 breakfast items. It's usually 2 little cereal bowls, Frosted Flakes, Cheerios, and then a breakfast bar. So there's a 3rd item that's not a cereal bowl. For lunch/dinner, we might send home 16-ounce jars of peanut butter and jelly and a couple of cans of tuna, a box of macaroni and cheese, and we send home powdered milk with that. We might send home, when we do our mac and cheese week, we usually will also send home a 16-ounce container of oatmeal. Again, the powdered milk comes in handy for that as well. There's always a fruit component. Women and Girls Fund has been phenomenal. When I first learned of them and I applied for a grant from Women and Girls Fund, it was a little intimidating. They could not have been more gracious and helpful. So we received our first grant pre-COVID to help at our middle school program, which was just getting started. We were expanding from the elementary into the middle schools, and they helped with that program. And then our last grant was received just prior to COVID, and that was also to further develop the leadership program for young women in the middle school, at Maces Lane Middle School. And then, of course, schools closed. And the Women and Girls Fund, recognizing the fact that everyone's world had turned upside down, but that we were still continuing to feed the community, they reached out and they said, you know what, just use the money however you need to. And they couldn't have been more wonderful, more understanding. And that's what I find as a board member now, a very proud board member of Women and Girls Fund, that that to me is the best part of Women and Girls Fund. They recognize the needs, they seek out innovative and other programs that serve the needs of women and girls, but they also recognize that sometimes flexibility is needed, that perhaps the grant as it comes in might not exactly meet the parameters, but they are willing to say, you know what, this is a great program, let's give them the benefit and understand that they're going to use these funds wisely and help the community.